Why trying harder with women pushes them away. So a while back when I was single, I think my mid-20s, I had just started to kind of get into this sort of stuff. And I met a girl at a bar who was like really hot. Like she was my physical type. I was super into her and I really wanted to like date her and, even possibly make her my girlfriend. She was that hot. Like I didn't know much else about her, but I was like, this girl is it. And we went on our first date. I planned it out perfectly. I had everything taken care of. I thought about the text messages that I was sending her leading up to the date. And the date went really well, man. Like we made out after. It started to feel pretty good. And I started to get really, really into this chick. I'm like, this girl checks all my boxes. Like she's awesome. I really want to date this person. But I'm texting her and I'm feeling a little bit nervous because what has historically happened in the past with me? Okay, I've lost a lot of women that I've liked. And I was worried that this might happen again. So I'm thinking and I'm making sure that I'm not coming off as too needy with the text messages. I'm thinking about what I'm sending. And for the most part, I would look at my messages and I'd be like, this looks pretty good. But I noticed that there's like a couple times where she started to take a little bit longer to respond to me. And then I started to get even more nervous. Okay, so what did I do? I tried even harder, made sure the text messages that I was saying was on point. I planned the next date we had, even made it even better than the first one. And we went out on the date. And although it started out pretty good, I could tell by the end, like she was not really liking it all that much. And then by the end of it, she was just like, yeah, I'm feeling a little tired. I kind of just want to go home now. And, from there, I was like completely beside myself. I was like, what's going on? Like we started out really good. And the more I'm trying, the more she starts pulling away from me. And I'm looking at the messages. I'm like, I didn't see anything too wrong. Like I felt like the date was planned out really well. And I'm just like, what happened? Now, after all this happened, we completely stopped talking and she ghosted me and unfollowed me on social media as well, too. That was the cherry on top. Does this story sound familiar to any of you? Well, probably does, because a lot of people who I work with, a lot of friends who I know, they've had this happen to them, where you get someone who you're really into, or you get someone who you try really hard for. You try harder than you would try for another person, and it ends up pushing them away. Okay, this is so common that I've noticed that when most guys try, they push people away. Trying harder for them does not work. It actually makes it worse. And for women that they don't try for, they actually do really well with. The problem is they're not attracted to these women. So if you're in this position, then this is what I'm going to explain to you. I'm going to explain to you why trying harder doesn't work out for you, or it might not, like, everybody's different, but I'm saying in most cases, this is what I'm seeing. And I'm also going to tell you how to fix this problem. What's the right mindset to have? What are the actual actions that you can start taking? So the first thing is, why does this happen? What I've noticed with a lot of guys is that when they meet someone who they really like, them trying shows that they don't meet a lot of women like this kind of person. You see, women aren't all these cute and cuddly nice creatures that they like to portray themselves as. Sometimes they're nice, but they are selfish. They are people. They do want the best thing for them. And there's not very many ways that they can determine what the best thing is for them other than look at the guy's behavior, because women are trying to get the best thing for them. And when you're trying to get the best thing for yourself, if somebody is trying really, really hard to make it happen, you know that they really want it. It must be a scarce thing for them. If someone's falling over backwards to try and sell you something, that means they probably need it. But if someone's not, if you're not even like it's kind of hard to talk to them, they're just like, yeah, well, here's the deal, take it or leave it. Then you're like, cool. Yeah. All right. I'll sign up. You're more likely to do that because they're not trying really hard. When people try really hard, it makes people a little bit wary. I really like it when people try hard, but they have to try hard at the right things. Okay. With women, if they can tell that you're overanalyzing every text message, if they can tell that you spent way too much time planning this super ultra romantic date out, it must mean that you don't have a lot of success with women like her. And although women prefer a guy with less of a body count, they do prefer a guy who has options with women, but he chooses them. Women care a lot about a guy's mate value. They care a lot about whether a guy is desired. So if you're showing that, then that means that you are not a guy who's desired, and there's probably a reason for it. Now, women don't have the time to do all the analysis about it, but their brain, their evolutionary brain, is telling them to run away, or they're just slowly start losing attraction for you. And when that happens, it's really tough to come back from that. You can. I've helped guys come back from it before, but it is a very challenging situation. It's better to just not get in it altogether. So what do you do when you meet a woman who is especially attractive? What do you do when you meet someone and you do want them? How can you not try? Just not trying work? Not exactly. For the women that you don't try for, I find with most guys that they're usually like at or, far below your mate value. And so really, you don't really have to do that much and you'll do fine with them anyway. So one thing you can do is up your mate value. And by the way, if you want to see where your mate value is or you want a rough estimate, I have a quiz that you can take, which I'm going to put in the description box below. You can sign up for that. And then basically from there, you'll be able to test what your mating intelligence is and you'll get a score and it'll tell you kind of where you're at. But let's say you want another strategy. Upping your mate value is good, but also you want to up, the things that you're focusing on. Your mindset also matters a lot as well too. And so what you want to do with your mindset is you want to basically want something, but you don't need something. So what should you try with? And the mindset is this: you don't want to try really hard for her, but you want to try really hard for yourself. Trying really hard to up your mate value is good. Trying really hard to make your ecosystem better is really good as well too. Women like a guy who tries. They just don't like a guy who tries super hard at certain things. If you're stressing over what text message to send, honestly, the text message you send really doesn't make that much of a difference. If you're talking to someone who you know that you could probably get, you can say anything and you'll be fine. And ironically, that's the best way to do it. But with a woman who you're feel like you're reaching for, you're like, I don't talk to a lot of women like this, you overanalyzing that message makes it worse. So what you want to try for is you want to try for the things that actually matter. Planning the date's good. Coming up with the right text message is good, but that's like 5% of the whole process. Are you an actually confident person? Do you know how to talk to women? Do you know how to lead? What's your social ecosystem look like? Do you have any friends or are you just by yourself? Are you some broke guy on the couch? Or are you a guy who's actually living life and has resources, right? And I'm not just talking financial. Financial's good, but there are other resources that women care about as well. What are you doing there? You want to try to enhance all of those things. And when you do that, the confidence you get from it, knowing how dope of a person you are, knowing how great you are, will translate over into your interactions. And it'll come across in the littlest of ways. Believe it or not, I actually looked at my text messages back and I saw there were a lot of errors. I saw that I was coming across as needy even when I was trying desperately not to come across as needy. And I noticed this with a lot of guys I work with. They'll be like, oh, I wasn't being needy. And I'll look at their phone and I'll see little things that they're doing that there's no way they would miss. And you could even see them trying really hard with the way that they talk about stuff. Because when you're emotional, you can't really focus on things. So you end up doing things that end up messing up the whole interaction. So what you want to do is focus on the things that matter. So what I mean by social ecosystem, I mean having a social circle. You want to build that up. Knowing how to lead. You want to be able to lead the interaction and be confident that you can do it. Women want to follow a guy. They don't want the guy to follow them. And frequently when I see a guy who's really into a girl, who's trying really hard, he ends up following her. He ends up driving an hour and a half to go see her instead of having her come or meet halfway. So trying harder in those cases is pushing her farther away. So what you want to do is you want to focus on things that matter. If you want help in improving the things that are actually going to make a difference and bring you confidence moving forward, then I would book a call with me or a member of my team in the description box below. Thanks for watching, you guys. Good luck out there.